what is happening with the billionaire space race?
Oh my God,
And why?
I didn't research this, and I like put down all my other popular culture stuff, and then I just had this thought, and I literally wrote one sentence: Jeff Bezos went to space.
In a penis rocket?
Yeah, it was not tastefully done.
It really, surely by now there's
It
got to be less
Phallic.
obvious.
Yeah. It's
There's no
bizarre.
metaphor there. It's just a penis.
Yes, it is literally he is compensating for something. Like we can see
Sure.
that. He is compensating. I just know that this is a man going through a midlife crisis.
Oh
I just
yeah.
know that any man who had billions would do exactly the same. I just find it so bizarre that you would experience going to space. You look down at the world and you see it so small and tiny and insignificant. And you come back and you're like, yeah, I'm still going to be a billionaire, even though, I'll never need all this money in a lifetime.
Cost him $5 billion. $5 billion to do this. Like, how much change could he have made
Yeah, I
elsewhere by
know.
putting that money? For him to go into this wasn't even space, to the edge of the Earth's
I know, I
atmosphere
know.
for 5 minutes.
I just feel like I don't get it. That's the
No,
thing. I feel like some people are going to be like, well, you would do it if you had the money. I absolutely would not. I've no
I would
interest in
not
it.
know.
I'm
I don't like
happy where I
heights.
am. I'm just
Why?
grounded. Why would I want that? Because I know I would have an existential crisis. I'd be like, well, we're all
As you
meaningless
would.
now. We mean
As you would.
nothing.
Yeah.
And I would probably give all my money away because I'd be like, well, it's meaningless.
Yeah.
Jeff just took to it like he was, like I say, a dad going through a midlife crisis and he'd bought himself a sports car. He
Yeah.
was not phased. This didn't seem like something that new.
Like his laugh was like a superhero villain. Like, why was
Oh,
he wearing
yeah.
that cowboy hat?
Yeah,
Why
what's
did
going
he
on?
laugh?
He's definitely having a midlife crisis.
But like, do it in the way that like semi-rich people do it. Like, don't do it. Apparently, also people were dread because they were saying like, yeah, midlife crisis.
Yeah.
This is just like taking it to a new extreme. That he lost half of his Amazon shares to his
Yeah.
wife in the divorce
Yes.
because he was caught sending nudes to somebody else.
I
Like,
think we need to go into Jeff Bezos in one episode.
oh
Sometimes we
my
go
god.
too deep into it, but I don't know if I should call them sects because they were not sexual in a typical way, but I think they classed as sex that he sent to his mistress were the weirdest things I've ever read because it was like him just saying, live, I want you to live, I want you alive, something like that. Very akin to Army Hammer, very worrying. I I feel like this is kind of a hint about what we're talking about today. Jeff Bezos' wife, girl boss, love her.
Absolutely.
Apparently, she's given away like billions to charity already and just remarried like a teacher or something.
As you should.
Yeah,
And
I
you
want to
know
look
what?
at her. I want to look at her. What's she been doing? Imagine if that's just a lie and she's a horrible human, but still, girl boss. Girl boss. If he came up to you and he was like, you can have access to all my money, would you marry Jeff Bezos?
But then I feel like he's the kind of person that would make you do a prenup instantly, like without
No, but
even.
I'm saying no prenup. He's saying he's full in midlife crisis. He is not thinking straight, and he says, "Yep, we'll just get married. Like we'll go to Vegas. We'll get
I
married
wonder how
immediately."
how much money you could give away without him noticing. I reckon it would be a lot.
Billions,
Yeah.
billions. He just threw away 5 million on like a trip to like. Ugh. I mean, what he essentially did, he could have just done through like VR and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Isn't VR like good enough that you can experience space now from the comfort of your own home?
surely. And you can't really call him a tech mogul if he wants to actually go up to space like
Kind of
the old-fashioned
embarrassing.
way. It's really
Yeah,
about
it's
he didn't even make it to the
embarrassing.
moon. Like, Jeff.
I know, that's what I think. People are going to be
Jeff,
like,
you got
you
ripped
guys,
off.
they're going to say that we're being ridiculous here, but I just think, frankly, we do not understand. And we never will. And do you know why we don't understand? Because realistically, we're never going to have 5 million, 5 billion even, to spare on a cheeky trip to space, are we? And if you gave me the option, if you were like, hey, you can have like a quick trip up to space, or like a week in the villa from Call Me by Your Name, I'd take the villa from Call Me by Your Name any day.
Absolutely. And that
I'd
is
have a
the
much
sign.
better time. I
Oh
could
my
go
God, yeah.
outside. I could breathe my own
Yeah.
air,
You don't have to pee
eat
weirdly.
fruit. Yeah, all of that. I'm just not interested.
But like, yeah, I think you're entirely right. It could have been simulated, but obviously, he's just like, this is a cool thing that I want to do. Can I do this? Oh yeah, okay.
I'll do it then. But what will they do next?
Mm.
Marry
Hopefully,
Holly. They think
yeah.
that's what's happening next.
Come for me, Jeff.
Holly's going to be the new Grimes.